DiversaFit personal training and Nature Wellness Studio. I'm here today to bring you an upper body, cardio, and core workout. Right? So the equipment you're going to need is optional. The optional equipment would be a chair, a set of dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles. You can actually use body weight for this workout as well. So it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to give you a moment to get some equipment if you need it, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. If you don't need to gather anything, we'll just do a couple warm-up movements while we wait for everybody. Now during this workout, what we're going to be doing is showing you different variations. So this workout can be done seated or it could be done standing. So you're going to have the option to try both, whatever your ability level is. Alright, I think everyone's probably back with their stuff, so let's get started. I'm going to get my stopwatch going here. Turn that on. Basically going to do about 40 seconds of movement with about 20 seconds of rest in between. So we're going to start with a walk in place. Now if you're doing the seated version, come on down here and just move those legs. I'm going to throw little arms in there too. Get the whole body warmed up. Good job. And just go at your own pace, and if any time during the workout you need water or take a break, just take it. About 15 seconds. You're doing great. Hope everyone's feeling okay. Oh, it's a beautiful day on the beach here. A little chilly, but we'll take it. Any day on the beach is better than no day on the beach. And rest. Alright, we're going to get ready for our next exercise. So our next warm-up exercise is going to be side-to-side punches. I'm going to start seated, and then I'll do the standing version. So seated, you can kind of move to the edge of your seat. This is all new to me. So you're going to go side to side. If you're not allowed to twist, then you're just going to punch forward. So you can either go side to side or punch forward, whatever works best for you. Good. Working those obliques, working those arms. Just remember to breathe normally. Excellent. I'm going to go standing now. Good. Little side-to-side action. Work that waistline. Trim it up. I'm sure being at home, we're a little easier to snack, so try to burn off some of those snacks. I know I've been snacking a little bit more than I used to. So, yeah. Hey, we're only human, right? Alright, our next warm-up movement is going to be a modified jumping jack. If you choose to do a regular version, that's fine too. If you want to modify it standing, just step out to the side. And if we're seated, we're going to be down here. And we can still step it out to the side with some arm raises. Alright, here we go. Jumping jacks. Or jills. Just go at your own pace. It's not really how many reps you do, it's just the movement. It's so important to move, especially since a lot of things we're doing right now are so sedentary with being on a computer or being on the phone, binge watching Netflix. We're all guilty of it. Or hey, maybe you're learning a new hobby. You're learning to play guitar, so you're sitting down trying to play guitar. Either way, we definitely all could use some movement, I know that. My body doesn't like to sit still for very long. 3 seconds. Alright, we got one more warm-up movement and then we're going to start the workout. So we're going to go to a quick step with a curl. So basically we're going to work with like a dumbbell curl, so hitting your biceps. So you're going to squeeze it up on the way up, and at the same time we're going to do a step forward, step back. So like a 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're seated, you can still do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's keep it going right here. Excellent. I don't know about you, but I'm waiting for spring. We get some really nice days, and then get some really rainy days. Hopefully we'll get some really nice flowers out of all this rain. I know the blossoms on the tree have been very pretty, so I've been enjoying that. Trying to make the most of it. And you know, then you don't feel as badly when you're watching that Netflix when it's raining outside anyway. So, alright, so let's grab a sip of water. Let's get ready to start that workout. Now just remember that if you want to use free weights, you can, you know, whatever size you want, 1 up to size 10, depending on your ability level. And if you don't want to use free weights or you don't have them, you can use, you know, regular water bottles, small water bottles, or just use your own body weight. And it's going to depend on pretty much where your fitness level is at this time as well. So you just do what feels best for you. So our first movement today is going to be working on our biceps and our back, and it's going to be a dumbbell row, bent over dumbbell row. Since I'm already seated, I'm going to start in this position to demonstrate, and then we'll all do it together. What you're going to do is scoot off the edge of the chair just a little bit. You're going to hinge at your waist, and as you do that, you're going to put the dumbbells, or just use body weight or water bottles, and you're going to squeeze up and keep the elbows close to your side. So you're going to be here, and you're squeezing up, right? Like you're pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades. So that's going to be your dumbbell row. So without weights, you'd be here and standing. We're going to start that now. And 40 seconds, here we go. Now if you can't do the whole 40 seconds, that's okay. You're just going to do the best that you can. You know, when you watch this video again, if you like it, then each time you do it, you could try a few seconds longer, or maybe you'll switch to a heavier weight at some point. That's fine too, or if you're starting with no weights, maybe you'll pick up with those water bottles and try those next time. There's no right or wrong. It's more about the form and the movement. Good. Squeeze it up. Nobody's judging you except maybe your dog or your cat at home. Although if you have pets at home, sometimes it's hard to work out because, you know, you're down on the floor or roaming around and they're always trying to want you to pet them and play with them. Been there, done that. So we're going to go to a cardio movement now. We're going to go to high knees. Actually, I'm going to move my weight so I don't sit on them. So when you do high knees here, if you're going to do standing, you're going to be here like this. If you can't get your knees that high, just keep them a little bit low, but just move in place. I'm going to go seated on this one. All right, here we go. Good. Now, if you want to add some arm raises to this, you can do that too. Totally optional. Just throwing it in there if you want. Anytime you move any parts of the body, the more you move, the more you get that heart rate up. You got it. Doing great. Now again, this is our first show, so, you know, it's all trial and error. So if you have some positive feedback for us, be happy to hear it. Or if there's any types of workouts you might want to see, we're open to suggestions. And rest. Now, we're going to move on to our next strength movement. It's going to be a chest press. Since I'm already seated, I'm going to give the demonstration here. Whether you have free weights or no weights, or water bottles, you're going to press straight ahead and bring it back. Press straight ahead and bring it back. It's going to work our chest, shoulders, and triceps. Here we go. I'm just going to start here. Good. You got it. Working hard, like you're squeezing a pencil between your chests. Good. I'm going to go standing now. I like to mix it up a little bit. And you know, you can mix it up too. Maybe you start seated, and then you do standing, or maybe you start standing and then you get tired, you do seated. That's okay too. Like I said, we're very versatile. Excellent, good. Or maybe you're just having a tough day and you just want to be sitting, but at least if you're doing something, it's better than nothing. All right, we're going to move on to our next cardio movement here. Okay, so we're doing a strength and then a cardio movement. So we're going to go to those jumping jacks. So again, you can do regular version jumping jack if you're able. You could do modified standing, or you could do modified seated. All right, here we go. One of those nice staple movements that you can do to get that heart rate up. And pretty much anyone usually can do this one. Like I said, whether you're seated or standing, it's a pretty basic one. So even if you're watching TV and a commercial comes on, you're sitting down on the couch, you start moving your arms and your legs. People probably wonder what you're doing, but hey, you might as well get a little exercise in those commercials, right? Or you're at the microwave, waiting for something to heat up. Just here, do some jumping jacks, maybe some counter push-ups, some toe raises. You know, mix it up. All right. Strength movement number 3. We've got dumbbell bicep curls. So, if you don't have dumbbells, you're going to use body weight, okay? Or water bottles. So bicep curls, here. got your biceps ready, you got your dumbbells ready. You're gonna squeeze them up. Good. Squeeze them up just like Popeye, right? Get that spinach. You guys been eating your spinach? I know, maybe if you can get it, it's been hard to get groceries lately. I'm gonna go over to the seat. All right. So if you're seated, you're gonna be right here. You can put the weights just to the side of you. Squeezing it up. Excellent, good. Hang in there, everybody. You're doing fantastic. All right, 10 more seconds. Woo! Starting to heat up now. 3 seconds. 2. And all right. Now we're gonna go to some kicks. Now, you don't have to kick really high, as long as you're moving those legs. So if you're here, if this is as high as you can kick, that's okay. If you can go a little higher, that's great too. If you're doing standing, you're gonna be here. All right, here we go. And again, if you can't kick this high, kick low. It's okay. Again, this is gonna be helping you work on the balance. So if you kick really high, it's gonna be more challenging for your balance. So again, err on the side of caution. If there's something around you, you don't want to trip or fall, you can always use a chair or a couch or a counter to keep you upright if you're standing. Better safe than sorry. And again, maybe you start by holding a chair, and then maybe after the second or third or fourth workout, maybe you feel better and you don't need it. You don't need that assistance anymore. And rest. Woo! All right. Now we're going to go to a tricep extension. So if you're not using weights or water bottles, this is what it'll look like. We kick back, use those triceps, squeeze them up. All right. Seated. I'm going to use the dumbbells here. Scooch off to the edge of the chair and press it up. Okay, here we go. You got it. Now the first time you do this, maybe you use no weights, but maybe by the second or third time you try it, maybe you build up, maybe you use 1 pound, 2 pounds, water bottles, whatever the case may be. I've used like paint cans, the smaller ones with the little handles. I've used those before too. Those work pretty well. I'm sure you can find a lot of stuff in the house that can add a little bit of resistance. Even like a little bag of, put some rocks in there. You know, tie up the bag, make your own dumbbells. Be creative, you got plenty of time, right? Okay. Knees to elbows are next. Since I'm seated, I'll start with that. So what you're going to be trying to do here is bring knees to the elbows. You're going to be trying to alternate. So knees to the elbows. You don't need any weights for this one. If you want to have weights in your hands, you're more than welcome. Knees to elbows. Here we go. I'm going to go to standing so you can see. Excellent. Good. Sending you guys some vitamin D from the beach right here. All right, 20 seconds left. Doing fantastic. Love our tunes. Good time. 10 seconds. It's getting windy over here on the beach. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, last strength movement in our circuit is a lateral shoulder raise. Now, shoulders tend to be an issue for a lot of people, so I suggest starting with body weight, and then if you feel comfortable, you can go to your water bottles or free weights. So your shoulder raises are going to be here. I would say go laterally this way instead of forward, because a lot of people have issues going forward. But if laterally hurts, then go forward. Whatever one works best for you. You can even switch it up and go forward or sideways. But just make sure your thumbs are up, because that's going to help keep you externally rotated. Whereas if your thumbs are down or here, you're internally rotating, which can cause issues. So try to keep those thumbs up. So again, I'm just giving you variation whether you do it with weights or without, seated or standing. It's all good, it's all movement, it's all exercise. 3 more seconds. And rest. All right, now we're gonna go to punching. So remember how we did those warm-up punches? So we're gonna go to that for our cardio movement after our strength on this one. Again, if you're allowed to rotate the twist, great. If not, then keep it right in the front. Here we go. I'm definitely going to need some water, so I'm getting a little parched. Good thing I put my sunblock on today. Got it. Good. I'm going to go to center now just to switch it up. I think some people are using the forward version of the punches. And I'm going to go seated. I just want to make my camera person work. Good for her. That's it. 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's take a little rest here, have some water. You're basically halfway through the workout. Now, if one round is all you can handle, that's okay. No worries. If you want to try a second round, then hang in there and let's go again. Okay, so we're going to start again with our dumbbell rows. So again, we're going to be working those biceps and shoulders. So you're going to grab those weights, water bottles, or your own body weight, and you're going to be here, and you're going to squeeze it up. All right? So let's get ready for that second round. And go. Squeeze it up. Good. Notice that I'm not hunched over. Notice I'm not sitting tall. Notice I'm hinged at my waist and I'm squeezing up, keeping the shoulders and my elbows, keeping my arms close to my side and my elbows going towards the ceiling. There you go. Good. Fantastic. Almost there. About 10 seconds left. You got it. Good. You want to make sure your head is in line with your spine. You don't want to be here or way up high like that. Okay. And rest. All right, moving on to our cardio move. We're going to do high knees. I'm just going to switch my timer here. All right, here we go. So this is working our lower abs. All right, it's working our hip flexors, working our glutes. It's working our whole lower body right now. Also elevating our heart rate. So it's going to help our cardiovascular endurance. If you want to get it up higher, you can. If you want to stay low, that's okay too. If you're seated, just sitting in your chair doing the knee raises as well. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, moving on to the chest press. All right, working the pecs, working the delts, working the triceps. If you want to use those weights, grab your weights. Otherwise, we're going to go right here with the body weight or with the water bottle. All right. In 3, 2, 1, and press it out. There you go. Excellent. Looking good. Strong. Now, people think, you know, if I lift weights, I'm going to get big and bulky, but that's not true. I mean, unless you're really trying to lift heavy amounts of weight for low repetitions, like bodybuilders, they're trying to get bulky. But if you're using lighter weights and doing more repetitions, you're going to have a nice sculpted, tightened and toned muscle group. I mean, tightened and toned body and tightened and toned muscles versus big bulky muscles like you know, Sylvester Stallone. 3, 2. All right. We're going to be moving on to our jumping jacks. Now again, if anytime you need a rest or you need water, please feel free to do that. So now when we did our first take on this show, I didn't mumble all my words. I don't know why. Today is just one of those days. All right, so we're going to go to those jumping jacks. Here we go. You got it. Excellent. Go at your own pace. If stepping it out too far, then just do a little tiny step. Again, it's whatever your ability level is. You know better than I do. So also, you're going to know if you're dogging it as well. So if you're dogging it, that's on you. Now, maybe next time you grab a friend, and even if you can't be together during this time, you can maybe do Zoom session together. You could both be on Zoom together, and you both have the show on, and you could be doing it together, right? I'm sure you could figure it out. If not, ask the youngins. They'll be able to figure it out for you. They're good at that stuff. All right, little rest. Moving on to those bicep curls. I'm going to go seated for this one because I've been doing a lot of standing ones, and I just want to make sure that everyone feels equally represented here, whatever their ability levels are. So we're going to come up, I'm going to squeeze tight and lower down. There you go. Good. Excellent. We had some really nice days too, though, and I know I've seen a lot of people out walking, which is nice. I'm guessing most of the people that are walking close together are probably living together. But you know, I've seen some people too walking with friends or neighbors, and they're walking either one in the street or one on the sidewalk, and trying to follow that 6 feet rule, which is good, 6 foot rule. But it's nice to see a lot of people out and moving around, and probably even becoming a little bit closer maybe with your neighbors, because everyone's always so busy running around. Now everyone's home, you probably get a chance to actually see those neighbors more and actually catch up with them, maybe get to know them a little bit better. So it's, you know, everything can be an opportunity depending on how you look at it. All right, so we're gonna be moving on to those low kicks. I'm gonna put my weights down. If you're standing, you're gonna do the same thing, but you're just gonna stand. So give me here, right here. Good. Now again, if you can't go really high, keep the kicks low, all right? If you wanna cross over for kicks, you can do that too. If you wanna do a little kick to the side, you can, but I don't know if your knees are gonna like that one so much, but again, you can have a little fun with it if you want. If you have kids, maybe you can come over, ask them to stand here, and give them a little kick in the tush and they, no, you can't do that, but I was just saying it's kind of funny. You know, they always say, give them a little kick in the tush. I guess you can't really do that literally anymore. Nah, the kids are good. All right. No one's got kids that misbehave at home right now, right? They're not driving you crazy or anything, right? Okay. All right, we're gonna go to the dumbbell tricep extension. So you're gonna be here and you're gonna kick back. So if you're on a chair, switch to the edge, hinge forward at your waist, and you're gonna push the arms back, extending those elbows up towards the ceiling and pushing back. Right. Working the back of the arms, those triceps. Remember, our head's not gonna be down, our head's not gonna be up. We're trying to keep a neutral spine, right? Always talking about that with my chiropractor, keep it a neutral spine. Good. Got it. You know, a lot of people that believe in chiropractic care and all those other kind of cares. Oh, well, you work out. Why do you need to go to the doctor? Well, that's part of how I maintain my posture is by getting aligned. So some people do it through yoga, some people do it through chiropractic, and some people do it through massage therapy. Hey, whatever works for you. I use a little bit of both. I'm kind of like an equal opportunity employer. All right, we're going to go to a knee to an elbow here. This is one we're going to try to bring that knee up to that elbow. So again, if you need some assistance, maybe you're standing and you want to still stand, you maybe need a little assistance by holding onto a chair or a counter. That's okay. All right, here we go. If maybe, let's see, if you want to do this again and you wanted to hold something, maybe you would do one side of your body, and the second round you do the other side of your body. So that's another option too. Always learning, always thinking, oh yeah, well I could have done it that way, right? Always learning from our, not from our mistakes, but sometimes just learning like, oh yeah, another idea. I didn't even think about that. Like I said, this is all new to me. Learn as we go. Excellent. All right, last strength movement, and then we got our one more cardio, and then we're going to do our cool down. We're going to go lateral shoulder raises. Now, if this one bothered your shoulder before, just don't do this one, or maybe just keep it a little bit lower. You don't have to go all the way up here, all right? You can go just as high as you comfortably can. Or just maybe just do some external rotations. Sometimes people do that if they have shoulder issues. So whatever works best for you. Here we go. Remember, like I said, one way feels better to the front or to the lateral sides. You can do that, whichever one feels better for you. So I'm just going to stick with the lateral ones. Thumbs are up, keeping the shoulders open, right? We don't want to internally rotate, not at this point in time. About 13 seconds left. Now, if you stuck with us through this whole thing, kudos to you and thank you, appreciate it. Like I said, as we go along, hey, it can only get better from you. That's what they say anyway. All right, so our last cardio movement is going to be the punching. So again, if you're here, you can twist. If you want to keep it here, that's fine too. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and punch it out. Good. Now I have this thing at the studio. I had a punching bag, and I'll tell you, you get people that come in and they're not violent in nature, they're not angry or mean by nature, but they get that bag and they hit that bag. And, oh wow, this feels really good. It's kind of funny because sometimes it's the people you least expect it, and they start hitting that bag and they're like, yeah, I like this. It's so funny. It's a good time. It's a good release. Really, boxing has become a lot more popular. Kickboxing, they have clubs and things like that, but you really got to be careful with this kind of stuff too, because too much of a good thing may not be a good thing. So it's good to round it off with other things. All right, so we're going to start our cool down right here. So grab a little sip of water, and then we're going to do a little stretching. Drink lots of water. Gotta stay hydrated, right? Gotta keep that youthful look, right? We don't want our skin to get all dried out. All right, so we're going to go with the shoulders here. Now again, you could be standing or seated. I'm going to definitely sit back on the beach after this and get a tan. Whew. Now I get that workout under my belt. All right, switch. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you have feedback for us or suggestions, we're all ears. It's a got a little learning curve here. A little different than having someone really in person. So, all right, and rest. We're gonna stretch that back out now. Good. If you can't lace your fingers, that's fine. Just kind of reach out. You'll feel it in through that back when you're stretching. If you want to come this way, that's fine too. Just coming around like that. It's gonna help stretch the back of the shoulders. If you want, you can come up. Good. If it's comfortable. Don't do anything that hurts. If something hurts, then your body's trying to tell you, don't do it, right? If it's sore or uncomfortable, then you have to figure out why. But if it hurts, obviously it's not worth doing. All right, then we're going to stretch our chest out next. So if you can get your hands behind you, or if you have a chair, you can reach back. And that'll help stretch your chest out. If you're standing and are not able, just reach back here. And then you can come up as high as feels comfortable for you. That's going to stretch out that chest area. Excellent. All right, now we're going to stretch out those forearms because we worked those biceps today. All right. You guys are going to be pressing those ladies, right? Good. And you ladies, these guys are going to get jealous that you have nice toned muscles and lean muscles. And triceps up overhead if you can. If you can't, that's okay too. Just do the best you can. If you can't, come up all the way overhead. Excellent. All right, and switch. That's important that, at the beginning and end of every workout, you want to make sure you get a little warm up and a little cool down and a little bit of stretching. Stretching is important because if we lose that elasticity, that a lot of times that's when we get injured. So it's good to stay flexible. Now for your quad stretch, if you're able to, standing here, you can pull that leg up. If you're not able to, maybe you have a chair you can put your foot on and that can help stretch your quad. If you're seated, you can put this foot behind you and that will also help stretch that quad out. So you're going to do whatever one works best for you right now. Should feel a nice stretching through that quad muscle. Usually they get pretty tight, especially if you're sitting a lot. Switch. Good. Yeah, I just learned this modified stretch the other day, at least, from the chair, which is, see, you're just always learning new things. Never stop learning. Learn from each other if you have an open mind. All right, hamstring stretch. So bring that leg out, pull that foot towards you. So we're going to stretch that hamstring and our calf muscle. You don't have to reach down real far to get a good stretch. So just hinge at that waist. If you're standing, same thing. You're just going to hinge at that waist. Feel that stretch. That calf coming back is going to stretch it. All Alright, switch sides if you haven't. I know I switched when I got up, but I was just trying to see if you guys were paying attention. Getting ready to wrap it up here. Make sure you drink lots of water today. Grab your friends, grab your neighbors. See if you can catch a replay of this event. Maybe it'll sound better the next time through. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Jennifer Nozzo, Fit 30 owner, DiversaFit and Main Street Wellness Studio. Hope to see you next time. Couldn't talk today, Susan.